Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you over here. Today I thought we would do a recipe video. I have been doing a little bit of research to get some more iron in my diet, being pescatarian, so I don't get my iron from, like meat and stuff like that. So this particular recipe is mussels. So I wanted to try some creamy mussels, creamy mussel soup. So I was just following the recipe along and decided to record it for you guys. So let me know if you guys want to see more recipe content. I know a lot of people want to try out a different diet. A lot of people are feeling the need to cut out red meat and stuff like that from their diet. And if that's you, let me know so that I can share my recipes that may inspire you to have less meat on your plate if that's your goal. Okay, so what I've done so far is just some olive oil and some margarine. You could use butter, and of course some garlic. I've got the heat on quite high, and so you can just see everything interacting, and that's gonna help unlock all the flavors. The only tricky thing with being vegetarian or pescatarian or not eating mainstream is that you have to be a little bit more creative with your food preparation, because obviously a lot of recipes do require meat, and when it comes to things like protein and iron and the nutrients that you need, some of your vegetables need to be prepared or eaten in a very particular way in order for you to optimize your body's ability to take food in, or take those nutrients in. So mussels are very rich in iron, which is something that I've been struggling to incorporate into my diet, and so I'm just being more mindful this year to put more of that into every meal that I prepare. So I really wanted to try my hand at making mussel soup. I really love creamy mussel soup as a starter or even as a main course when I go out sometimes. So I thought, hey, maybe I'll make it at home and enjoy it there. So I'm using frozen mussels without the shells. I just feel like this is so much easier and they're easier to get, and I feel like you get more value when the shells are not part of the weight, if you understand what I mean. So what I've done over here is I've put them into our garlic butter infused olive oil, which I also did add a little bit of lemon juice and fish spice too. And now I'm just gonna add some pink Himalayan salt. I really like the salt because it's very, very salty, but you don't need to put like a lot of salt in, and I think it has some health benefits. You can let me know in the comments below if you are a fan of pink Himalayan salt for cooking. So as you can see, everything is starting to bubble up a little bit. I haven't added any cream as yet, but what I will be doing is I will be adding some cream cheese, and I'll also be adding some vegan cream cheese, which I found about a week prior to making this, and I was just so excited to use it. So this is a cream cheese that is made of cashew nuts and obviously some spices, and it tasted really good when I tried it, but I didn't try like a whole bunch of it. So this is going to be the very first time that I use a sizable amount of it. So in goes the white wine, of course. What's a mussel soup without white wine? Okay. So I've probably put about half a glass maybe of white wine. And now we're going to go in with some cream cheese. And I put cream cheese because I wasn't sure how the vegan cream cheese was going to turn out, but I only put 1 tablespoon of each and let them give me a unique flavor. So yeah, so this is the vegan cream cheese, and it's got the same consistency. It's a little bit softer than cream cheese, so it's actually easier to cook with, but it has the same consistency more or less, and this one has a lot more flavor, even though it's supposed to be sort of like the plain version. So as everything is heating up, I'm just breaking the cream cheese down so that it can infuse with the white wine, the butter, the olive oil, and of course the mussels. There's so much more you could add in terms of flavor and spices, but I really wanted to keep it as simple as possible. So salt and fish spice is the only spice that I added, and that fish spice I bought at one of the Indian shops in Durban when I went sometime earlier last year, and yeah, it just a pinch of it gives you enough flavor. Plus, like I said, the vegan cream cheese also had quite a lot of flavor in it, so I didn't want to overpower the taste of the mussels and the creaminess of the dish with too many spices. Another thing that I really love about mussel soup is that it's pretty self-sustainable, in the sense that you can just have that and shea butter bread. So I didn't have shea butter bread, so what I decided to use was some mini pita bread that I had. I also wanted to save this bread for the cream cheese, the vegan cream cheese, but I ended up kind of using both of them in this dish. So I've preheated the oven. I've got it at 160 degrees Celsius, and I've left it on for about 10 minutes. And the pita bread is frozen, and I'm going to cook it straight from being frozen. I'm not even going to let it thaw out. And the nice thing about it is that it's just going to require a couple of minutes in the oven just to soften up. It doesn't even need to cook per se. As the mussels are simmering at the top, and it smells so good, I am getting ready to prepare my pita bread for the oven. So we're just going to let this batch of pita bread get in the oven for about 5 minutes before we turn the oven off, and that's going to give us enough time to also get the mussels really infused in the flavor that we've created with this soup. So just to help it thicken a little bit while it's simmering, I am going to reach for a bay leaf. Bay leaves are really great because you can add them to your dish. I like to add them towards the end of the dish, and they release the flavor into the food, but you can always take them out again before or as you dish up. You don't have to eat them, and so the flavor is quite subtle. But I've definitely found that they do help thicken a sauce, so I'm just going to stick a bay leaf in there and let it do what it needs to do. Now we're going to move on to my favorite part, which is the taste test. I won't lie, at this point everything is smelling so good, but I know I just need to leave it just for a few more minutes for all the flavors to combine really well, and I'm waiting for this pizza bread. So while I stir up the mussels one more time, I'm just gonna make sure everything is good and have a little bit of a taste test. So this is gonna be the first time that I taste mussel soup that I have made for myself. The moment has arrived, and this is the wine that I'm going to be having with the soup. It's the same wine that I put into the soup, and it was sitting in my cupboard. I'm not a huge white wine fan. I'm a bubbly fan, if you know anything about me. But I decided, hey, we're making this mussel soup for the very first time. Let us pair it with the wine that we used to cook it with. So now I'm going to dish up the actual soup. Now we're going to bring our fresh out the oven, steaming hot pizza bread, mini pizza bread. And when I tell you guys, I was so excited to go ahead and dig in. I didn't even get a spoon. So if you don't like seeing people eating with their bare hands, you can just click off right now, because I went in over here, okay? The pizza bread was so warm, it was so hot. Actually, it was kind of burning my fingers. And the mussel soup smelled so delicious, so yum, and I just couldn't wait to get a mouthful. So there you go, that's what it looks like, and it was yeah, that's how good it was. I couldn't even say anything on camera. So if you guys want to try this recipe, go ahead, let me know how it goes for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy.